Lesson 3, Habitat and Ecological Niche. Welcome to our second lesson on ecological concepts. You have learned about population and community in our last class. Today, I'll be exposing you to habitat and ecological niche. The habitat of an organism is the place where it lives, whereas the ecological niche is a term coined by Hector in 1927, can be defined as the position or status of an organism within its community and ecosystem, resulting from the organism's structurally and functionally adaptations. At the end of this lesson, you should be able to differentiate between habitat and ecological niche and state 3 subdivisions of habitat, giving 2 examples of each. Keywords: environment, habitat, and ecological niche. Environment. This refers to all the factors in an organism surrounding living or non-living. The factors include the place where the organism lives and the physical condition in the place, the food, water, and air it takes in, the animal that prey on it, and the diseases that affect it. Habitat. This is the place where an organism lives. It is the place that is suitable to the organism's way of life, e.g., the habitat of fish is water. In ecology, a habitat is the natural environment of a species. It is where it will derive its food, shelter, and mate for production. It is where the species will attempt to be as adaptive as possible. Habitats may be open geographical areas or a specific site, e.g. a rotten log, a hollow tree, or inside a tree bark. Though similar organisms tend to associate and live together, every habitat is affected by some environmental factors which may be abiotic or abiotic in nature. Examples of habitats include aquatic habitats, water. Plants and animals in which lives in water are said to live in aquatic habitats, e.g. puddles, river, lake, streams, ponds, sea, oceans. They may be further divided into freshwater, marine, and brackish water. Terrestrial habitats, land. When plants and animals live on Earth, then such habitats are called terrestrial habitats. There are 3 kinds of terrestrial habitats. They are savanna, forest, desert, mountain, etc., etc. 3. The arboreal habitat. The treetops or tree trunks are the natural dwelling place of organisms in an arboreal habitat. Arboreal organisms include the monkeys and the birds. Ecological niche. Ecological niche refers to the specific portion. Ecological niche. Ecological niche refers to the specific portion of habitat which is occupied by a particular species or organisms. Every organism is adapted to a specific place and plays a role in that community, e.g. it feeds on some organisms, serves as a food for others, it derives or obtains nutrients from its habitat, returns nutrients to its habitat. It is either a producer or a consumer. The sum total of all these roles for any given organism is referred to as ecological niche. For example, a caterpillar and an aphid which lives on the same plant occupies different positions or ecological niche on the plant. The caterpillar lives mainly on the leaves and feeds on them, while aphid lives on the young shoots and suck sap from it. Although both organisms live on the same habitat, each has its own living space and source of food. In today's class, you have learned that a habitat is a place where an organism lives, while a niche is that organism's role within that environment. And habitat focuses on how the environment impacts the organisms, while niche focuses on how the organisms impact the environment. Should you have any further question, feel free to ask, and response shall be given to you as soon as possible. Now that you've attended this class, you should be able to differentiate between habitat and an ecological niche, and also state 3 subdivisions of habitat, giving example of each. In our next class, we'll be talking about the ecosystem and biosphere or ecosphere. See you then.